put the stars out there for a little bit. Get a little run. Take some hits. Get some blood in your mouth, as they say. Tua Tagovailoa got roughed up a little bit, but kept on going. Got himself a touchdown, completed a lot of his passes. Looked pretty good. So afterwards, Uno was talking to the media, spoke about how things went last night.
I think things went pretty well. I know the results of what the first two series look like, but it's a learning curve. It's a learning process. You got to get our guys, all the guys that are available. You got to get them out there. Got to get our guys playing. I think our defense did really well. Our first two groups that went out there while we were still trying to get something going offensively, but I think for the most part it went well. We got to see how guys kind of came back from adversity. When you're talking about our receivers, our tight ends, blocking assignments, and then you're also looking at our O-line, and then for me as well. So we had a lot of opportunities tonight to learn from some of those things, and we got to see how guys reacted and came back from adversity.
So a dress rehearsal, which was what you expect in a preseason. Those first two series, though, Vlad, as our first string was going up against their second and third string, did that worry you a little bit? You were talking about this earlier, about how you kind of felt like maybe we should be manhandling and not being so manhandled.
Yeah, because when we got the message that the Jaguars weren't playing like 38 of their guys, they were sitting like 38 of their main players. It was like, okay, cool. Well, it's the ones against guys who are trying to make a team, or trying to, like I said, most of these guys are trying to put film out there so that some other team may sign them. They may make a practice squad or get signed as a as a non-roster, whatever, right? So they're just putting film out there. So I'm like, okay, if these are the ones, these are the guys that should be manhandle, bro. Like they should be moved to the side. They should off, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are the, I know it wasn't your starting offensive line, but you had starters there.
Yeah.
You had guys that are going to get significant minutes. And the way that D line of the Jacksonville was getting to Tua, if you saw those first two series, Tua didn't look comfortable. Obviously, like I said, it's not his O-line, that his starting O-line, but he didn't look comfortable. And it wasn't until that third series they got the touchdown, the 2-point conversion, and you were like, all right, cool, it's enough.
That's enough.
I don't need to see anymore. Now, remember on yesterday's show, we were saying like the weather was bad. The weather cleared up. So the weather cleared up to the point it was like, all right, cool. Let's see how these ones are going to do. And it was a point I'm like, okay, Tua might play maybe a whole half, but I think what it was, they just wanted one full series, one series with a drive. And I think that would have been it. And it took them three series to do that.
No, that's what Tua said. React, act, and react, and adjusting. So, overall, pretty darn good. Tua did get hit a couple times, took 2 sacks. He talked about experiencing those hits.
Yeah, it felt good to get hit again. I mean, maybe that's not what people want to hear, but as we're getting ready and getting started to get back into the normal routine of what a season would feel like. I mean, it feels good to get out there, get sacked a little bit. Sure, like, was that the result we wanted? No, but feels weird that I'm gonna say it, but in my head, it's like it feels all right to have gotten touched. Knock it up.
I mean, I don't think the fans want to hear that.
You know what? As much as you want, I'm okay with that. You got to get hit a little bit. You got to get a little blood in your mouth. You can't bubble wrap him forever. I'm sorry. If Tua's going to get hurt, he's going to get hurt. You can protect him. I do understand that. But, I mean, Vlad, you can live your whole life shut inside your apartment and never go outside for the chance that something crazy could happen when you leave your apartment. Like, what are we doing here forever?
Right.
But then again, Chris Greer, if you want to protect your quarterback, why don't you go out there and get better linemen? Oh, wow. Wouldn't that be the best way to protect your quarterback that's injury prone, Vlad?
Get great offensive linemen, like the way, you can try to get those guys, but also those guys got to remain healthy.
Yeah.
That's also an issue.
Tua is in a lose-lose situation. If he says, I like getting hit, everybody goes, oh. But if he says, I never want to get hit, I got to shy away from all that. They're like, oh, he's so injury prone, so You know what? Get a little blood in your mouth. I'm okay with that. Just don't get hurt. Oh. Now, one of the people that we've been talking about for the past couple of weeks, and Dolphins Nation is excited about the running back, Ollie Gordon II. Tua even spoke about OG2.
So what stood out to you this week about Ollie Gordon's preparation? I know he was lifted into the starting role this week, but what stood out to you about his preparation? Give me confidence.
Yeah, I'm really proud of Ollie. There's been a pretty big ask for him to step up into that role, going with the ones, and then outside of that, that's not to say he didn't have some mistakes, but for what he was asked of to do as a rookie, I was very proud of him.
Tua like an Ollie Gordon II, stepping up, making some mistakes. That's what rookies do. That's what all players do, but rookies especially, because they're learning the game. And it's very fast from one level to the next. But Ollie Gordon II looked all the part of a starting running back last night, I thought. Did you think he looked like a starting running back?
He looked like the starting running back for the Miami Dolphins in week 1. That's what he looked like.
It might be. I hope so. I like him a lot. Now, who's going to be the starting tight end week 1? Remember last year, Vlad? I'll never forget Odell Beckham Jr. Tua never worked together.
Fleeced.
Oh, I'm still sick to my stomach with what happened.
With that job. Told you.
Oh, man. So Darren Waller kind of following that same path, although he has been taken off the PUP list. He goes out there yesterday. He warms up. You get excited, and then you don't see him. Nonetheless, Tua Tagovailoa asked about, has he been working with Darren Waller?
So you're very big on chemistry with players.
Mm-hmm.
How much have you been able to work with Darren Waller, and what's that process like trying to develop some chemistry with him?
I haven't had a ton of reps with Waller, just because he's working his way back into the feeling of running, his routes, and then the feeling of his pads as well. So hopefully this next upcoming week we can work on a lot of those things prior to the week 1 lead up to play the Colts.
Great. God, man. I wanted him to say, we've actually been working. You can tell he's really talented and he's super in shape now. I wanted to hear something positive. I haven't worked a ton with him, which means I haven't worked with him.
Why you want to know? Tua ain't going to lie. That's one thing you got to understand about
Not anymore.
He ain't going to lie. He's not going to lie to no one. He's going to let you know how he feels, and he doesn't have to.
We said this about 2-3 weeks ago. Tanner Conner is going to be more of a part of this offense than you think he should be at the beginning of the season.
I saw Darren Waller yesterday, man. Listen, if there's no pads on, if you not have to get hit, the guy looks the part.
Yeah.
He looks it. He looks like he's ready to go. We'll see September 7th. I told you this yesterday. I personally would not have liked my first
real action.
Just it's not even real action. Like, okay, he'll probably practice these in a week or so.
Right.
I mean, in another couple of days. But that's your teammates.
Right. And game speed is totally different than practice speed.
Right.
If you've been out of the league for a year or two.
For 2 years, yeah, man, you need to get some you got to develop some calluses to that body.
Yeah,
because all of a sudden now you don't want to hear after. Put it this way, they play what? They play 3 games in 11. Do they play 3? No,
yeah,
like something like that. 3 games in like 15, 16 days.
So you'd have Sunday, and then a Thursday
night, right? Mm-hmm. So that's 3 and 11, right? 3 and 11.
That's
just
7.
Say
just for the lot.
Yeah, just say 7, right? Just say 3 and 11. Bro, if you've not gotten hit, if you have not prepared yourself to be hit and stuff like that, you're going to have some tissue injury. You understand what I'm saying?
The conditioning has to be.
The conditioning could be great.
No, it has to be a big worry, though, because game speed and game condition is way different than practice.
Because then when you start hearing, he's dealing with everybody deals with some aches, but he doesn't have it's 2 years, bro. You haven't developed. It hasn't been developed yet. The hits, the body's not ready for the contact that you're about to take. So I don't know. We'll see. But
Tanner Conner, here we go. Julian
Hill, baby.
Oh, here we go.
Anytime touchdown.
Don't do that. We want Darren Waller back as soon as possible. Hopefully he can add to this team.